Show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network. What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
A leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers this morning, then partly sunny skies this afternoon. It will be breezy too with the high around 58. Tonight we'll see increasing clouds and a low around 35. And tomorrow mainly cloudy skies expected with an afternoon high around 59. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
Did you understand anything I just said?
Yeah, I got it. I'm good at that.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
It sounds like we on path.
Yep, we're on a path.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Looks like the skies have cleared up a little bit. Hopefully the wind has died down. Not sure if it has. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert here. Rico there. What's up, Rico?
Yeah, there.
How's the day treating you?
So far, fantastic.
Good.
I got to ride in world famous Nick Sainert's car today.
Everybody's making
It was
a
great.
way bigger deal from this.
It was fantastic. It's super clean. The windows are all tinted. It's super dark in there. Nobody can see inside. It's a beautiful car.
We are joined with the head coach of the Lincoln Stars, Rocky Russo. Coach, nobody is letting me live it down. Don't ever get a new car.
Coach, did you know how popular, how famous this guy is? Like, you're sitting next to a superstar right now.
I got to see this car.
It's nothing special. It is nothing special.
Whatever, man.
I just got a new car a few months ago. Nobody was that excited about mine.
They're not truly excited. They're not being authentic.
Yes, we are, man.
Do you mean to tell me that somebody's actually busting your chops around here? Does that happen
Something
here?
like that.
We're being authentic.
Have you met Rico?
We're extremely excited for him to get his new car. He's doing adult things. He's finally growing up.
That is a big
step.
eyes. Yeah. It is a big step.
I will say, I didn't have a car payment. So I'm 23 and I had the same vehicle since I was 16, Coach. And I was like, you know what? I think it's about time for me to get something new.
Good for you.
So,
I think that's great.
I didn't want the car payment, but here we are.
I went for a number of years without the car payments.
Yeah.
That's always the way to go. But it was time.
Yeah. What did you get?
I got a used car. I did not go get a brand new car.
Neither did I. I got a used car.
I got
new to me.
2018 Suburban.
Okay.
I've got kids,
Yeah.
and I needed the space, and I got a nice deal on it, and so
there you go.
I've never actually had a brand new off the lot vehicle.
Yeah.
I've always purchased used cars, and probably my preference, but this day and age, nobody really wants to buy a car because that insurance or that interest rate.
Man, it's brutal.
It's not good right now.
It was like, I mean, we even had the conversation. We'll get to that hockey in a second. We even had the conversation. It was like, hey, Nick, we can take, 0.25% off if you sign up for direct or, like auto withdrawal for the car payment. I was like, I'm not coming in here to bring you money. So yeah, take it off. Take that 0.25% off.
Any little bit helps.
Absolutely. As always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the entire show, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 961. Coach, it's an exciting time. You were on earlier today. I kind of want to talk a couple of the things that we didn't talk about earlier this morning. And first off is like, just kind of walk listeners through the season for you guys, because obviously there's been some success of late, but it started out not as successful, right? You lost a lot of guys last year to maybe not lost. You sent a lot of guys off to doing bigger and better things at multiple levels. And you kind of had to rebuild or reload, I guess is the better term to use. What it's been like for you to see kind of the evolution of your roster?
Well, first of all, this is my second time here today, so I got to talk to DP about getting on payroll.
There you go. Simple as that.
So if he could just leave my check next Friday, that'd be great.
Checks in the mail. We'll get you a little cubby box and everything.
Perfect. I need a key to the building, the whole deal.
There you go.
No, in all seriousness, this has been certainly a tale of up and down throughout the course of the year. And, we knew when we took this team out of training camp and obviously even picked our training camp roster in June that we were in for, some early season struggles.
Yeah.
With the decor that we had, it was very, very young. It was very inexperienced. And even the experience that we had was young. I mean, Adam Kleber was a veteran, but he's a 16-year-old kid, just turned 17. And then, at the end of last season. So he was very much a young player. And then we add in a bunch of other 17-year-old and 18-year-olds that didn't have much experience. So we knew they were going to have to learn on the fly. We had obviously Lucas Massey returning in net, who was good for us last year, but Jan Shostak was a rookie in the league. And then, you lose Tanner Ludke, Mason Marcellus, Doug Grimes, Brennan Ali, the list goes on. Boston Buckberger, Antonio Fernandez, Cameron Whitehead, like guys that carried us last year that were all moving on to college hockey. And the thing is you knew some of those guys were going. Like that was the plan for a lot of them. But Tanner Ludke's plan was to return. The Brennan Ali was up in the air and potentially returning, but Tanner scores 37 last year. UNO says we got to bring him in, and they do, and he ends up leading their team in scoring this year.
What does that process look like? Because it is, I mean, you just mentioned it. It wasn't initially the plan, but you guys found out obviously after a great year, because that's good for you guys, because not only are you producing talent, but it's also good for Tanner individual wise. But then now from looking forward, all right, now we got to find a way to replace.
Well, and the thing is when that happens, you're not necessarily prepared for it.
Yeah.
Because we have our depth chart, our ghost roster of what next year looks like. We're preparing for the USHL draft, which is in 2 weeks, and your expectation is, hey, we're going to have this guy back, that guy back. Right now Blake Montgomery's coming back. The difference is that one's non-negotiable. Wisconsin has said, I don't care if he scores 50 goals, he's coming back.
Yeah.
That was the plan when we committed him to Wisconsin. NHL teams have even asked, hey, would they bring him in early? And the answer always is no. He needs that next year of development. And so they're being really patient with him, which is great for him. It's going to be great for us because we're going to have a veteran player back who's one of our leading scorers this year. But we also have that young decor that we went through the trials and tribulations throughout the season with that are now all going to come back and be veterans together. So that's really exciting. So we started out really poorly. We were 4-14 at Thanksgiving. And if you would have told me that we were sitting here in April working on starting the second round of the playoffs, I wouldn't have taken that comment very seriously because I didn't know if there was an end in sight to the way that we were playing. We were struggling. We were losing close games. We weren't scoring enough. We weren't getting secondary scoring. And that's what we got on Tuesday. You get a goal from Aiden Jans. His first USHL goal of the year comes in game
Biggest
2
moment,
of
clutch.
the first round of the playoffs. You get a big goal from Justin Mexico, who was an addition to our team. He was supposed to be a temporary addition. We lost some guys at Christmas time. They went to some of those international tournaments. We brought Justin in to fill the gap, and he played so well that we kept him. And then at the trade deadline, we're like, we're not sending him back. We're keeping him, and he's earned his right to be here. And so he's been hugely successful for us. Dashiell Oliver gets 2 on Tuesday night. Like those guys stepping up when we don't get the Mangans, the Peters, the Montgomerys, those guys scoring, which it's hard to ask guys to score every single night.
Yeah.
And so if you don't get secondary scoring, then you struggle. And you look at Monday, that's a 1-0 game. We didn't get any of that secondary scoring. And again, when you're game planning against an opponent, your focus is on their top 2 lines. And when we're on the road, they get last change. So whenever the whistle blows, the referee gives me the opportunity to change. Then he puts his hand up, and now that coach has the opportunity to match my line. And so there's a lot of strategic decisions that go into which line do you want playing against which D pair, which opposing line. Where's the face-off at? Is it on the left side, the right side? Is it in the offensive zone, the defensive zone? All of those go into the decisions that are being made. But a lot of times teams will put their best defensive line against your top offensive line, try to shut them down. And so either you're going to be able to score against them, or you're going to need another line to be able to contribute. And we really got that in the stretch of the season when we played really well. January, February, we were playing outstanding hockey. Even in most of December, we struggled in March. We picked it back up in April, and now we're playing probably our best hockey of the year right now.
Perfect. This is the time to do it.
We're speaking with Rocky Russo, head coach of the Lincoln Stars, and coach, you talked about being 4-14 at Thanksgiving time, right? How have you seen your team grow after that 4-14 start? You said that you had a good run in January, February, hit another rough patch in March, and now you're in the second round of the playoffs. How have you seen your team grow, especially with how young they are, from that tough start to where you are right now?
Well, there was some benefit to them being young, because the old saying of young and dumb sometimes is a benefit, right? They didn't realize that we were in a bad spot. They knew we weren't playing well. They knew we weren't getting the results, but there was no panic in that room, because guys were just learning. They were too busy trying to figure out how to be a USHL player to be totally overwhelmed by the results and the situation.
Yeah.
With that being said, we also played playoff hockey for months. We had to play our way into the playoffs for all of January, all of February. We had to deal with struggling in March and then rebounding again and finding our way into creeping into the playoffs in the last weekend of the year. So we've had that mentality. We've had a lot of adversity. We've got thick skin because of the hard things that we went through this year. And so teams change. They change their approach at times. They change their daily routine when they get into the playoffs. And I've made that mistake as a coach, and it's cost me championships. And so the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure was that we understood that we were playing playoff hockey for a long time now, and we don't need to change. We've been in these high pressure situations for so long that we're better prepared for them than most of the other teams that are currently still in the USHL playoffs. And I think that gives us an advantage.
I think that's something that maybe people forget about at times, is that these are guys that are 17 to 21 years old, right? Because and part of that may be because Nebraska doesn't have an NHL specific team. This is viewed as professional hockey. This is professional hockey. So I think we instantly put that connection of, all right, these are full mature adults playing hockey. But as I was talking to the guy you brought in earlier and to just understanding more about the Lincoln Stars, you got to realize these are 17 to 21. There's schoolwork involved. There's a lot of other things going on. You talked about just being able to adapt to the USHL life, the schedule, and
living with a different family.
Exactly. There's
being
so
away
much
from
more
home.
that we don't even think about, or the fans might not even think about.
No, you buy a ticket and you come to watch the game, and you kind of look at it like that. But the fact of the matter is they are kids. They're young adults, right? They're young adults that are aspiring National Hockey League players. And a lot of them are going to get there. And, let's talk about Blake Montgomery, Tanner Henricks, and Adam Kleber. Not only are Henricks and Montgomery playing their first year in the USHL, but they also are draft eligible. They're on the central scouting list. They've done Zoom interviews, in-person interviews with every single National Hockey League team, in some cases more than one time. They're doing them after games. They're doing them Saturday mornings before we skate. They're filling out questionnaires. They're doing all these things, and they have this spotlight on them every single game. And if you have a bad shift, you're looking up and you see 15 black jackets up there going, man, I wonder what he thinks about my decision with that puck right there in the middle of February on the road in Des Moines. Like, that is a lot of pressure for these young players. And so, I give them so much credit for being able to manage it like adults and still try to be a kid, because everybody wants to rush to grow up. For me, I want mature kids that want to be pros, but I don't want them to have to feel the weight of being an adult just yet, because I don't think that's fair to them. They should be able to still be kids, still go have fun with their teammates and go have a burrito bowl at Agave and relax a little bit and not make it such a job. And, they're very fortunate. Their parents are giving them the opportunity to pursue their goals and dreams of being pro hockey players. And, so your job is to come to the rink and give your very best effort. That's the only thing I ask is mom and dad go to work. You're not wanting for anything. Just come here and work as hard as you can every day. Give it everything you have. And then if you don't make it, you can look yourself in the mirror and know that you really gave everything you had. And so those guys managed it in a great way this year. I'm really proud of them, and I'm really excited to see where they go in the NHL draft in June.
So let's talk about this weekend, because Friday nights, 7:05 p.m. puck drop, 6:05 p.m. on Saturday night. We'll have a chance, by the way, for listeners to get tickets here in just a little bit on the show. You're facing Sioux City. You won 2 of the 3 that you faced off early in April. Give us the scouting report on Sioux City, the Musketeers.
They're very talented. They're very disciplined. They're well coached. They've got great special teams. They're probably the best transition offense team in the league. They turn you and they make plays around you and through you and over you and under you to create odd man rushes. And they're very dangerous on their power play. And they don't take many penalties. And when they do, they're good on their kill. They're very, very talented team. We were able to try to limit their rushes. We were able to generate our own rushes against them. And we were, for the most part, able to kill penalties successfully against them. We also were disciplined. We stayed out of the box. We took a couple hard penalties that you have to take, but we didn't take those lazy penalties, the hooks, the holds, the slashes, the trips, where your feet aren't moving. If you're going to take penalties, you can't take them 200 feet from your net, and you can't take the lazy ones. And so those are the things that we've really made be a factor and a point of emphasis for our guys, and the buy-in for our team right now has been tremendous. Just to watch us play. If anybody watched that game on Tuesday, to see the way we played start to finish against that team, we started fast. We scored 2 times in the first 5 minutes, and we kept the pedal to the floor for the entire 60. That was a really, really proud moment for me as a coach, because you could kind of see the light bulb going off with some guys and understanding, hey, this is bigger than me. I need to do the right thing. I need to make the next play. I need to invest in this enough that I'm willing to sacrifice my body. I'm going to block pucks. I'm going to take a hit to make a play. I'm going to do whatever it takes to help this team win. And everybody top to bottom did that. And that's why we got the results that we did.
You mentioned earlier in our conversation here that you guys are preparing for the USHL draft. What does that look like from your perspective when you're trying to navigate a playoff run and still trying to worry about the future of this organization?
You need to have an eye on the future all the time. We have it all year round, and we have an affiliate list, which is a deep list of, I think, 20 guys that we've drafted in the past that we're kind of monitoring their development while they play in other places around the country or around the world. And then you're preparing, and that looks a lot of different ways. Nick Fabrizio is our general manager, and he's the one that's kind of overseeing the scouting from that perspective. He really focuses on our phase 1 draft, which is this year all 2008 birth years.
Wow.
So you're going to draft 10 2008s. And so he spends a lot of time all over the country watching that entire birth year and trying to figure out who the best players are in that birth year. Then you have your phase 2. And your phase 2 is anybody that's an 04 to an 07 that's still available, that's not protected in this league in the entire world.
Okay.
And so
2008 is 16, right?
Yes. Yes.
Do you ever look at those birth years and you're just like, what is happening?
These are
right
getting
now?
these are
What
getting
is going-
what it feels like pretty close to us.
What is going on right now?
Okay, so let me put it in perspective. When I started coaching, I'm an 82.
I was gonna say, be careful.
Okay.
Don't be aging yourself here,
Yeah,
Coach.
I'm gonna a little bit. I'm a 1982 birth
I think
year.
it's only 11 years older than me.
The 20-year-olds my
Little bit
first
older
year
than
were 1985s, so they were 3 years old, 3 years
Mhm.
younger than me.
Yeah.
I went from 85s to 95s to 05s to now we're into 08s, and now I'm now it's been years where I'm certainly old enough to be their dad. It used to be more like a big brother.
You're just like, yeah.
And
Hey,
now
cousin.
it's dad, and I used to laugh because when I was younger, every once in a while I'd call somebody son.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, son, you got to do better than that. And now when I say son, it doesn't make me feel awkward anymore because I know they're certainly old enough to be my son.
And they don't do a double take. Like, wait a minute, I don't know if that's true. Coach.
No, I'm as old as half of their parents are now, so
Exactly.
it's very normal.
It all works out. All right. So one last thing, I want to talk atmosphere. We know what the Icebox is like. How does when you guys are on the road, Waterloo, when you guys go to Sioux City here in a couple of days, how do those atmospheres compare? Because a lot of maybe just casual Lincoln Stars fans or general hockey fans might not know. All right, what's the atmosphere like in Waterloo or Sioux City when the Stars come to town? What's the USHL playoff atmosphere like elsewhere other than the Icebox?
So this year in Waterloo, it was loud, but it wasn't what it normally was because the games were Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Last year we played them Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That place is bananas.
Yeah.
It is packed and they love their cowbells. And it's
Oh.
not just one cowbell. Like there's a guy that's got a hockey stick with 12 cowbells on it.
We just got
Oh
a
my
text that says
goodness.
Waterloo is cowbell hell.
It is. It is. And it is obnoxiously loud. It's a really cool place to play.
Yeah.
Like the first time I stepped on the bench there 3 years ago, it was like, hey, man, here I am, the head coach of the Lincoln Stars, playing in this building, which has a ton of history. The same way I feel about coaching in the Icebox. There's a ton of history in Waterloo, and they've done a good job for a long time. They do a great job with their environment. I don't know outside of Waterloo that there's another place that has that type of atmosphere that the Icebox creates because their ceiling is low like ours is. It's a little bit more condensed. When you go to Sioux City, beautiful building. You go to Fargo, beautiful building.
Mm-hmm.
And Fargo will have 5,000 people.
Yeah.
We'll go to Sioux Falls. They'll have 10,000 people. And the environment, the noise is different because they're playing in these gigantic arenas. I mean, the Denny Sanford in Sioux Falls is, I think, 18,000 people. And so they have to curtain off the top there. Do you see that? That was a nice little move. Didn't I?
I'm more.
I work out every day.
I'm more impressed that you.
I've
you
tried
kept
so-
the sentence. Going.
Yeah, you just kept it going.
Hey, there's
that's what I'm
technical
more-
things
that is-
that are going on in here.
That is a professional move right there. That was.
It's like you've been in an interview process before. or
Maybe we
something.
do. Maybe we do need to get you a key to the building.
I had my own show in Amarillo. I mean, I do have the show
Yeah, I was
here
gonna
in
just say, yeah, we got
in
outside the
Lincoln.
box.
I just I didn't have kids in Amarillo, and I you know what I got in Amarillo was that drive at 5, which was great.
Yeah.
So we did 5 to 6, and Lance Leinart, who is a legend in the radio world, was the host of the show, and I would go on and I would spend an hour, but for 30 minutes we never talked about hockey.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about every other sport and anything that was going on in Amarillo, and I found that to be so much fun.
Yeah.
And then I said, Lance, what if I don't want to do this hockey thing and I want to go into radio? And he's like, there's no money here, man. You don't want to do that. So the fact that you bought yourself a new car working radio, good for you.
Thanks, Coach.
It's impressive.
All right. Well, we'll get you out of here, Coach. Good luck. Appreciate the time as always, man. Always an open door. We appreciate you coming in, hanging out, and giving us the ability to talk about you guys on a daily and yearly basis. We're excited to see you guys tomorrow night, Saturday, and hopefully even past that.
I appreciate it. Obviously, lots of love for the ticket and for DP and what you guys do here. And it's always my pleasure to be able to come on. And if you're looking for tickets for the weekend, check out LincolnStars.com. You can check in here at the station. You can check in at our will call at the Icebox.
There it is.
Let's pack it up on Friday and Saturday night, and let's try to win a couple games.
There it is. Rocky Russo, head coach of the Lincoln Stars. Appreciate it as always, Coach. We'll talk to him certainly down the line as they face off against the Musketeers of Sioux City this weekend at the Icebox. All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to keep it going with guests. We have the president of the Nebraska Sports Council, Dave Mlnarik, stopping by, talks about their 2024 calendar of events, things you need to know. We'll do that with Dave coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. We try to maximize things that are important to them.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
So we really try to maximize the size because 5 years from now, you can't just make your house bigger. The one thing I can tell you is that most builders in Lincoln, we all are about the same price. The difference comes in the products that we put in and the way we put in those products. The old saying, you get what you pay for, is pretty accurate when you're building a home. If you put nicer windows in and you put nicer cabinets, it's going to cost a little bit more. You know, if those things are important to you, then you want to do it. We can try to incorporate in your floor plan and get a house that you're going to be happy with.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you, all backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, an easy track lawnmower, or gator, every piece of equipment in pre-owned inventory is put through a rigorous inspection so it's ready to work hard for you. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything is sold meets their quality standards. Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska's always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedar started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of your liberty in pursuit of your justice for those that have been injured. My name is Matt Knight, attorney with Liberty Law Group. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call 877-42-LIBERTY. Our relentless trial attorneys are committed to the highest quality legal representation. At Liberty Law Group, we will fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Once again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Banking should feel personal, not intimidating. At Western National Bank, we're about real connections. Founded by two ordinary guys with an extraordinary vision to know each and every customer personally. Fees, they suck. Avoid all fees with Western National Bank's Compass checking account. No monthly fees, no minimum balances, and get this, 5.12 APY on the first $1,000. Open your Compass checking account online in 5 minutes or less at mywmb.com. Experience the difference with Western National Bank. Visit mywmb.com. Member FDIC.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
Herbie the Fourth ate his first solid food today, prompting a response of nothing but steaks all week for the Nebraska offensive line.
Then Enrique Alvarez Clary.
No more peaches and carrots for Herbie the Seventh. Baby food be damned.
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you. Thanks again to Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo for hanging out with us in that first segment. Good stuff as the Stars get ready for the Sioux City Musketeers this weekend. As always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the rest of the way here. By the way, in the final segment, you'll have opportunities to win tickets to a multitude of events in the final segment. But first, I've been excited for this because we're joined now by the president of the Nebraska Sports Council, Dave Mlnarik. And Dave, welcome, first of all. Second of all, Rico, you might not know this. Dave and I go way back. Not way back, but back a good amount of years.
You and Dave go way back.
You're not
like 12 years old.
Somewhat. But I played baseball with Dave's son, Dak, in high school. And so there was a lot of weekends spent at the ball fields with the Mlnarik family. So, Dave, thanks for coming on, man. It's good
you
to
might
see
not know that Dave and I go way back.
How about that?
Because I'm married into a family where my father-in-law raced against him in high school.
Well, so Dave, who are you closer to? Let's first decide that. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not going to make me go there, especially new car guys.
Yeah,
hey,
something
a
like
superstar
that.
right there. Superstar.
Not even close.
Superstar Nick Sainert.
Dave, first of all, I mean, how's it been, man? I mean, you guys have a lot of stuff coming up at with the Nebraska Sports Council, and we're gonna dive into that. But first of all, just how's life treating you recently?
Life has treated me great, and I want to start by saying I am super proud of you, Nick.
Oh, thank you.
You have done very well, and I am very critical of radio people. Going way back. I studied journalism in college, and I've never done what you guys do, and so I super respect when we get good ones, and you guys are good ones.
Well, thank you, Dave.
It's really tough to do play-by-play, let alone like 30 games in 4 days or whatever that is.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to your talent, and I think you're going to go very, very far in this business. And I'm proud when I hear you on the radio because you're very good.
Thank you, Dave. And a lot of it is the people at the ticket, right? DP at the top and Jay helping me out with the high school games. And Rico with hanging out with me every single day.
From make your job so much
from
easier.
1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock. You do.
You're welcome.
You do. You push all the buttons so I don't have to worry about
exactly.
it. So no, I really do appreciate
Keep you out of your own head.
Let's talk about the Nebraska Sports Council here because you guys have some cool events coming up, starting with one this weekend.
Yeah, our Nebraska Showdown volleyball tournament here in Lincoln. We got about probably right around 100 teams, and we got teams from 5 states that are coming in, and it's a higher end type of volleyball tournament. We'll see college coaches there throughout the weekend, checking out the players, the older players, and the age groups are, I think, from 8 and under all the way up to 18 and under. But the action is happening Saturday and Sunday at Speedway, Sports Village, and Kinetic Sports Complex. and it'll be wall-to-wall people and a whole lot of volleyball action. And this is Nebraska's the volleyball capital of the world.
Yeah.
So
well, and talk about just the reaction from your guys' point of view, because obviously with the Supernovas, and the Ticket's happy to be the flagship of the Omaha Supernovas radio network and such, but we've seen it from our point of view, from especially Rico, who goes to every single game, and DP, who calls them, from that point of view of how it's grown and how it's been received. We know that the high school scene is very competitive. We see it every state tournament, but now here you guys are, the Nebraska Showdown with volleyball. And you just mentioned college coaches are going to come here. They also, I think there's a part of it where college coaches know, okay, I'm not wasting my time by coming to the state of Nebraska because it's competitive.
For sure. And I look back at, the Cornhusker State Games has been around now. We're celebrating 40 years. And I have our volleyball director that puts on the volleyball tournaments in the Cornhusker State Games has been there longer than me. So over 30 years.
Wow.
Daryl Kornick has been there. But that generation was kind of on the scene when Terry Pettit arrived at the University of Nebraska, and they were promoting everyone playing volleyball. So I want to give Daryl some credit and that like group of guys that were kind of just out of college that were really into playing volleyball, guys and gals, and playing recreational volleyball. And they built this network of people who came from, small towns, a lot of them, big towns, whatever, all across Nebraska. And they championed the Husker volleyball program while they were teaching each other how to play volleyball and understanding the recreational value of the sport. Well, now all those people became parents and their sons and daughters got more exposure to volleyball. And I think it's just been sort of a blossoming growth from the grassroots on up to the popularity of volleyball. And that's why I think they have such quality now, is that kids start playing younger, they start learning better and more. And that's the general evolution when you have sort of a sports movement.
Yeah, very much so. All right, let's in the final week of April, which is the following weekend, right? It's fast pitch softball, and we're familiar with that scene as well. But that's just as competitive in addition to volleyball and to all the other sports. Before we talk about the specifically the Cornhusker State Games, what can people know about the softball?
Well, our Diamond Fest event happens in Kearney, and we use Patriot Park and Harvey Park, and we have age groups from 8 and under to 18 and under. And this event is very popular with central Nebraska communities. So there's a lot of towns, especially obviously Kearney, Grand Island, Hastings support this event very well, but we have teams from McCook, and usually there's one or two from Gering or Scottsbluff, and then all the way on this side of the state, there'll be a couple Lincoln teams, Malcolm, Plattsmouth. So it's really a melting pot of fast pitch softball. And a lot of it's, like the communities that have your Class C and B programs in high school for softball are playing the Diamond Fest event with all their age groups.
Is it too late if there's coaches listening? Is it too late to sign up for any of these events?
The showdown is closed.
Okay.
The Diamond Fest fast pitch softball did officially close yesterday, but I was told this morning that there's some wiggle room and we could get some evening out of brackets. So if you're a fast pitch coach and you want to get in a tournament, just give our folks at the Sports Council a call, 471-2544, and just find out what age groups we're still maybe open in.
Because I mean, that's one thing. I mean, we know from being in the youth sports scene, teams can either not have enough players to travel to a tournament, so they cancel it. Or they have just games getting canceled, tournaments getting canceled last second. So if you're looking for a spot in the next 2 weeks and you have a tournament or an open date, there's maybe an opportunity for you guys and your team. If you are a coach of a fast pitch softball, 8U to 18U, correct? There it is. All right, now the big one, 40th anniversary of the Cornhusker State Games. First of all, congratulations. What an incredible accomplishment. And it just keeps growing. The sports, there's more opportunities, more venues, more events, more people.
It's a blast. The Cornhusker State Games is the representation of Nebraska's love of sports overall.
Yeah.
And, I came from the town of Clearwater, and we played 8-man football, and everybody in high school got involved in sports, mostly, but it was what everyone looked forward to. You went to school so you could go to practice, so you could play in football games and basketball and track and whatever sports there were. And I just view the state games as sort of a culmination of that attitude towards sports. And I'm kind of a nerd about sports, and I got almost through college, and I got a job coordinating the Cornhusker State Games torch run, because it is very much modeled after the Olympics, and we have a torch run and there's an opening celebration. And I saw this state from one end to the other for the first time in my life. I saw the spirit of the state games, which is at the community, the grassroots level. You had all ages participating in the same things. And I fell in love with it. And so that formula is very alive and well in the Cornhusker State Games after 39 years, and we're going to celebrate 40. And I couldn't be prouder of the level of volunteer support and sponsorship support in this community, because by and large, we receive no government funding of any kind. We rely on the business community
really cool
to fund our operations, and we keep entry fees where we have to charge fees. We keep them very affordable so everyone can participate.
That's awesome.
We're speaking with Dave Mlnarik, president of the Nebraska Sports Council. And over these 40 years, I mean, what has been one of the sports in the Cornhusker State Games that you've seen maybe, stay the most popular, or one that's grown as the years have gone on?
Well, I think track and field in the Cornhusker State Games is more popular than it's ever been.
Wow.
And we're seeing actually a surge in the individual registration sports like track and field, swimming. Most of those sports, tennis has really taken off. Pickleball is just, it sells out every year. We'll have 400 pickleball players this year, and it'll sell out in the first month. But those individual sports have kind of taken over for the team sports. And part of the reason for that is because the whole youth team sports scene has changed so much, especially in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So that in July, when the Cornhusker State Games is trying to host an individual tournament, those youth teams really it doesn't fit in for them anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why you see us doing some volleyball stuff in the spring and fast pitch softball, and then some other sports in the fall to get them out of that time window, because the July time frame is horrible. That's when the teams are all doing their championships, or they're shutting down after a long season.
Yeah.
So individual registration sports, I should have put up there shooting sports. I mean, if you combine our shooting sports, it's probably the second largest overall event in the state games.
Yeah. So there's 10 separate categories under the shooting sport. So, I mean, there's so many options for people. I see disc golf coming soon, and you have opportunities for BMXing and basketball. You can do 3v3 or adult 5v5, Rico.
I don't know why you said me. I'm terrible at basketball.
Well,
we get Strick on the team.
I didn't know how. Yeah, we need Strick on the team. There he is. Volleyball. There's 5 or 6 different options in 5 different options in volleyball. Even walking is that's right up my alley.
That's perfect for you.
That's right up my alley.
You hate
Certainly
running.
not the running piece. Martial arts, if you're into that, Rico. So I there's just so many different opportunities, and that's one thing. Like, as I'm looking at this 2024 calendar of events, Dave, and it's volleyball, softball, all the Cornhusker State games, the corporate games, the scrambles, volleyball, pickleball, pumpkin run. There's literally something for everybody. There's no excuse. And as you just mentioned, you guys have spread it out so that eventually at some point people can fit it into their busy schedules.
I like to think so.
Yeah,
very much so. There's a place for anyone, all ages, all abilities in the events of the Nebraska Sports Council.
And this is a great community to do it in, because we get reminded year after year, whether it's on opening night of the state games, or whether it's just at a youth tournament or at an adult tournament, whatever a case may be, people show up and they are competitive. It's a really, really good community to have this stuff.
Very much so. The Nebraskans are inherently more competitive than any other state or nationality in the world, I think.
So
some people would call that a problem. I call that amazing.
Yeah, there you go. Once again, Dave Mlnarik, president of the Nebraska Sports Council, with us. All right, last thing before we get you out of here, Dave. Where can people go to sign up? How do they get in touch with you guys if they have questions? Where do they need to go? What do they need to know?
Well, everything that you need to know is probably available at nebraskasportscouncil.com. And if you're looking for information on a particular event, just hit the events tab, and you can find whatever it is you need on there. If you can't, you can simply email info@nebraskasportscouncil.com. You can call our office, 402-471-2544. You can come out and see us at our newly renovated headquarters on the campus of the LSF Sports Complex.
Oh, nice.
It's beautiful out there. We had a great group of partners that helped us renovate a building, and now it's home for the foreseeable future.
Good.
And we're proud to be out at LSF.
Does that count for if they want to sign up to do events, if people want to volunteer, or if people want to donate their time, money, what have you?
Mm-hmm.
All of the above. You can find the info you need right there.
There you go.
Perfect.
NebraskaSportsCouncil.com. You can also give them a call, as Dave said, 402-471-2544. Showdown for volleyballs this weekend already. Here we go. It's the weather's changing, and it's time to get outside, Lincoln. So hopefully you guys take some opportunities here, and you can go online to NebraskaSportsCouncil.com. Now, something important to note, Cornhusker State game entry fee increases April 24th. So you have less than a full week to get in there before that entry fee increases, if that's something you're looking for.
Yeah, the biggest time of entry is usually the 3 or 4 days before our entry fee increases. But we try to incent everyone to get in early so we know and we can plan well. I think it's next Wednesday is the next entry fee increase. So
that is correct.
Get the entries in now, and thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, get those entry fees in before next Wednesday, April 24th. All right, Dave, we have one question on the text line that we need to get to. Somebody asked, did you always know Nick was meant to talk about sports and not play them? I'm interested to hear your answer on this one.
Be honest.
Be honest, Dave.
Nick was a hell of a baseball player, whoever you are that asked that. I had the pleasure of coaching Nick and Dak and all the guys in
Absolutely.
the Nebraska
That's
Bucks.
right. I forgot
Nebraska
about the fall
Bucks.
ball. That's right. How could I forget about that?
I don't know. That was
Man,
fun stuff.
the fall ball. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, Dave. It was a lot of fun. Dave, good to see you, man. Good to catch up. Appreciate you coming in, and definitely, once again, NebraskaSportsCouncil.com is where you need to go. The phone number 402-471-2544. That's Dave Mlnarik of the president of the Nebraska Sports Council. Appreciate it as always, Dave.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Rico.
There he is. All right, let's take a break. We bring in Strick and Austin as we get you ready for On the Block when we return on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Buckle up and hang on. This is going to be a good one.
The fans of Kansas Speedway know how to have a good time. One that celebrates fantastic finishes and family-friendly facilities. Trading paint.
We got feuding
and tailgating tradition. Burnouts, beer, and barbecue. Oh, it'll for sure be a good time, and you are all invited. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax code and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
The Double the Savings sales event is happening now through April 22nd at Bonds All Pool and Spa. During this event, buyers can take advantage of up to $1,500 in savings and receive 0% APR for 60 months. Visit the Bonsall Pool and Spa showroom at 33rd and Pioneers or visit their website at bonsallpool.com to learn more about their hot tub sale. Act fast because this offer ends soon. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
You know, it sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite. And we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of showers this morning, then partly sunny skies this afternoon. It will be breezy too with the high around 58. Tonight we'll see increasing clouds and a low around 35. And tomorrow mainly cloudy skies expected with an afternoon high around 59. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Saturday, April 20th versus the San Diego Mojo at CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the happy hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico. Thanks again. What a fast-moving show. Thanks to Rocky Russo, head coach of the Lincoln Stars, for stopping by in the first segment. Thanks to Dave Mlnarik of the Nebraska Sports Council for hanging out during segment number 2. And now we bring in our third and fourth guests of the day, and it's Eric Strickland and Austin Norman. Gentlemen, hello.
Hey, yes.
How we doing?
Oh, the
Great.
day started off.
We
started off kind of crazy this morning.
Tell me about it. Right?
I was up at the gym and it was like cold and rainy.
Yeah.
And now the sun's popped out. It shows the schizophrenic nature of
somebody texted in and said the wind has definitely not died down. Sanderson said that earlier.
Yeah.
My bad. So wind is
It's
not.
not as windy as it has been.
I
It's
thought
not
it had.
horrible.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible.
All right.
If I take KJ outside, will he blow away?
No.
Okay.
I didn't have to hold on to my hat today.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
well,
there were a couple days where we're leaving daycare, and it's kind of some little wide open area where daycare is. We walk outside, and KJ's like taking steps back, and I'm like, "Watch out, buddy!" He goes, "It's windy." I go, "It is, bud."
Man, what a kid.
He's a tiny little baby boy.
He needs to hit the weight room.
He's low to the ground. He should be fine.
It hits him, and he just he's got a big old head. That's a problem.
That is the issue. Just like his dad.
He's a big old noggin.
Well,
look,
Is it holding all those brains?
Huh?
Holding all those brains.
There are no brains.
He got his dad's head.
That dude has one singular thought, and that's all. That's what happens.
Just one thought
Just
at a time.
one thought.
His
at a
one
time.
brain cell works
This
very
man,
hard.
Nickname Head Mlnarik.
Like
father, like son.
Last night we're sitting there trying to get
More
there's
head
one
than
thought.
body.
Last night we're sitting there trying to get their pajamas on, and he's just on the couch, and I was like, "All right, bud, like I need you to get your jammies on." He goes, "I'm gonna jump on you." I go, "Please don't." There's things all over the floor. He goes, "I jump," and I go, "Don't," and then he just jumps, and I'm just like, "What is happening right now?"
So
like
you
I was laying on the ground, and
discipline
he
your
just
children?
jumps. Huh?
Do you discipline your children?
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, I discipline them.
Like, so did you put him in timeout for that?
Well, no, I just told him not to jump again.
Well, obviously that's not working.
So then he went to jump again.
Okay, see, there it is.
So then I caught him in the air. I said, "Don't jump or you're going to go to timeout." He goes, "Oh, I won't go timeout." I said, "Then don't jump." So then he jumped again. He landed on the magnetiles. And I was like, "Yeah, I bet that hurt, didn't it?"
There's your timeout.
And then he goes, "Ah." And I go, "Yeah, I told you not to jump." Then he didn't jump after that. We got his jammies on. He went to bed.
Rico's the definition, and I'm not saying this is as bad. This is a bad thing. Rico's the definition of like a don't do this, let your kid do it, and then get hurt.
I'm not going to learn somehow.
I'm not saying that's a bad
They
thing.
got to learn.
No, that's the thing. I told him not to. I told him. I said, "You're magnetized." He stacked them up. So there's just like a pillar of magnetized. I said, "If you jump, you're going to land on this, and it's going to hurt." I jumped at it. I go, "Okay." I said, "Don't do it. You're going to get hurt." And he jumped right on. He goes, "Oh," and I go, "Yeah, I bet that hurt, didn't it?" Don't do it.
I said, those are new toys. I've never heard of a magnet.
Neither have I. Those aren't from our days, Stricky.
No doubt.
Nonetheless,
hey,
they are from our days.
Hey, they're pretty cool.
Rico
pretty
plays
cool.
with Rico plays with KJ's toys more than KJ.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey,
KJ's
magnetiles.
toys.
Look, hey, Austin, you get your magnetiles when your son gets older. They're so much fun.
Okay.
You can build little
Noted.
ramps and then little cars go down. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. They're just little
Looking forward to
plastic.
it.
They're just little plastic tiles. They come in different shapes and they have magnets on the sides, so you can like build things with them.
We used to, our games were
Yeah,
so
you used
basic.
to play with sticks and rocks. Yeah, I know.
Basically,
Yeah.
sticks and rocks. We had the greatest football game ever, though. The one where you would
Flick football?
No, well, no.
I used to fold those
there used to
papers.
be-
I
They
was-
didn't. Hey,
I always
I never
got
played
him.
because it hurt my finger.
Nick,
It used to be like
Your
this.
You got
formation
little-
is not.
you've
good.
got little baby fingers.
Yeah.
It
They
used
didn't
to
have
be like
paper back
this.
in the day.
So it was like
Not
a big old,
papyrus.
it was a big old thing just like this, right? And they had the men. So you'd have the receivers. You can place the receivers. You can place the quarterback, the running back, and you would put them on it.
It was the
and then
vibrating
you would turn
one?
on the vibrator
Yep.
and let them go. If you don't touch them,
And,
go
you know,
into the
somebody
house.
scores or somebody gets tackled.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
That
That's
was
making
that.
a comeback.
Is it?
It is.
That was a great game, bro.
I don't know what it's
And
called.
then we had the one where we had the little game pad thing.
Yeah, you were playing Pong?
And it was football.
Oh, okay.
And it would only be like one line, and then the defense would be like, I think 3 or 4. So there would be 3 in the front, 1 in the back, and you would have to wait until they split.
And then you would
go through them, and the more you would go,
Yeah.
until you scored a touchdown. And if they hit you, then you had to punt. And it was
That's
we had the
hype.
basic games, bro. They were so basic.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Pong.
games are no longer basic. I got a Bluey game.
Did
for
you
my
and
kids
they're
on the Switch.
expensive.
You played Frogger.
I did play Frogger.
Yeah, Frogger's great.
What was that one?
I played Pac-Man.
There was
Dig
one
Dug?
that was like Indiana
Dug is fun.
Jones. It wasn't Indiana Jones.
Temple Run?
Pitfall.
Oh, Pitfall.
Flappy Bird?
If you don't know about Pitfall, you
Doodle
have no
Jump?
clue.
Pitfall was fun.
You remember
I
Pitfall?
played
Jump?
Pitfall.
Was it
classic.
Doodle Jump?
Yeah, Doodle
Yeah,
Jump.
Doodle Jump. That was what Kevin Durant played.
Yeah.
Goodness. Doodle Jump.
Kevin Durant played Doodle
Oh
Jump.
my
Yeah.
gosh,
I love these games.
They
I
had
remember
to
Youst.
Flappy Bird. They had to delete it off the App Store because people were getting
Flappy Bird's
pissed.
Joust.
What?
That's all that is.
Well,
Joust.
yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But people got pissed at Flappy Bird so much that like people were getting hurt. So the creator of Flappy Bird was like, I did not mean this to happen. So he'd like delete. You can't get it. You can't download it anymore.
Wow.
Can we talk about the news that's been broke for about an hour and 15 minutes, but we haven't been able to talk about it?
I'd rather continue talking about Flappy Bird.
Fruit Ninja? Anyone Fruit Ninja?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
So this was when
Okay,
this was
breaking news.
no. Hold on, I gotta talk about Fruit Ninja.
Oh, okay.
So this was I was having a surgery when I was a child, and I didn't have iPads or iPhones or anything
Sure
like
you
that.
did.
You said like you weren't born in the 2000s.
No, so I'm saying like I didn't have one. I didn't get a smartphone until high school. So
Same.
So that's
when I got
hold up.
when I got a phone in high
Me
school, it
neither.
wasn't a smartphone.
Me neither.
It was a
That's
flip
fine.
phone.
That's fine.
Got
Well,
slide phone in eighth grade.
I had a slide.
That's my
in
first
eighth.
phone.
I had
Yeah.
a slide in eighth.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I would record my favorite song at the time, put it as my ringtone.
As you do.
Put it as my ringtone. Put it as my ring. Did you see that?
Okay.
What happened? Put it as my ringtone. People, I don't know if people always see that we're in here when they're walking on O Street because they'll stand and kind of like check themselves out in the window.
Is it that reflective?
And
Like,
I'm
can you
just
not
n-
tell that we're here?
I'm just not sure if people know that we're always here. Anyway, I was getting ready for a surgery and they handed me an iPad and I was like, whoa, what is this? And they were like, we have this game that we offer. It's Fruit Ninja. And I remember sitting in the hospital bed getting ready for my surgery and I was just playing Fruit Ninja back and forth. Anyway,
Here's the slide phone I had in eighth grade.
whoa, intensity. I got to
Samsung
find.
Intensity 2. It was blue.
I had something like that.
Yeah.
It broke.
My dad had the black one. I got the blue one.
This is the one.
I had the knockoff Razor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little flip. It had like the little panels on the side and like
Yeah.
the LED strip with like words of somebody. Oh, excuse me. If somebody
good?
texts you, yeah, I'm good. If somebody texts you, like pop up in the middle there. Knockoff Razor. That was my first phone.
I gotta find the one that I had here.
I think I actually still have this phone. Sitting at
Strick,
my
you ever have
parents'
a
house.
bag phone?
I had this
A
one.
bag phone?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
In
Yeah.
Was
college.
that touchscreen or not?
It was
Motorola.
Oh,
touchscreen.
mine wasn't. So to get those, I had to
I
press
had to
like those
carry
two
the
little
thing
buttons
around like
there.
it was a suitcase.
Yep.
Anyway,
They don't
okay.
have no clue.
They have
so
no idea.
so breaking news.
Couldn't play Fruit Ninja on that phone, could you?
You couldn't. No, it was
Tragic.
touchscreen though.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, breaking news: Wisconsin point guard Chucky Hepburn has entered the portal. So Chucky is looking for a new home or entered the portal to make his new home known. We'll find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
We'll see what happens. I mean, big entry to the portal, big loss. I mean, you want to talk about how about this offseason for Wisconsin and
Whoa.
Greg Gard?
Sorry,
Whoa.
Greg.
So they lose AJ Storr, who made his commitment to Kansas known publicly
crazy.
today. That's
Mhm.
big for Kansas. Then you talk about AJ Storr, St. John's, Wisconsin, Kansas.
I think
all
he's
in
going to
3
be
years.
like Hunter Dickinson. I think it's going to be
Ooh.
a falter.
Okay. Interesting.
Honestly,
So-
you mentioned that. I forgot Hunter Dickinson went
Was
to
even
Kansas.
yeah.
Hunter
Yeah.
Dickinson
It's
can
gonna be
still
like
come
that.
back to Kansas.
Can he
Could.
really?
He
Yep.
could.
Does he have another year?
could.
It seems like he's been there forever.
Yep.
He's going to because there's no way he gets
Where's
drafted.
no way he gets drafted?
So
Second round.
Not even.
So you have obviously AJ Storr. You had Connor Segan, who ended up he visited Maryland. I'm not sure if he's committed anywhere though. I haven't seen it if he
Damn,
has.
Season left?
And
Yep.
then Segan
He
left.
also visited Indiana yesterday.
Okay,
Indiana's putting in that work.
Indiana's
Yeah.
paying that paper.
yeah,
They got
It's that
hello,
Venmo.
hello, Ballo.
It's that Venmo.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It just-
Hey, yo.
yeah.
Indiana's. We said they're not a blue blood, but good
They're
gosh,
green blood.
they got green blood.
Hey.
They got long- they
Mike,
got
Mike
green
Woodson
blood.
said, "What's good?"
They got green
Mike, what's
blood.
good, son?
What you need?
I love him.
What you need? I
Hey.
got it. That's what Mike Wilson said.
Hey, how's it going?
And then now Chucky Hepburn moves on.
Gee.
I
I think Wisconsin don't have a long paper. That's what I think.
they also lost Gus Bus.
I forgot about
Gus Bus.
He got busted
had
for
other
weed drinking in the
Yeah,
dorms
he got-
at
he
one
got in
point,
trouble
He did.
early in
and
the
then
season.
just never got off the bench.
or Gus Bus.
So
Well,
we'll
he's
see what
bu-
happens here.
busting up.
You're
I'm not entirely sure. I think Husker fans think it's a lock for Chucky to come to Nebraska. I would
Negativo.
Put the brakes on just a
Hard
little bit.
breaks.
Hey, remember all those
Yeah.
times that you
E-brake.
booed him incessantly when he came to PBA? Because I do.
Wonder if
And
he
I'm
remembers
sure
that.
he does.
What did Justin Timberlake
Still
say?
love.
What goes around comes around comes around. Maybe
Yeah.
back around.
There it is.
No love.
Yeah.
There you go.
No
Yeah,
love.
see, Justin Timberlake. There it
They
is.
probably don't have enough money for Chucky. Chucky's gonna
Well,
get paid.
I know.
Chucky needs that paper.
Yeah, and so much with Chucky. We saw it at Wisconsin. It fit,
It's fit.
right? Like this year at Wisconsin, Chucky did things that he wasn't asked to do his first couple of seasons at Wisconsin. Had a really nice season this year because he was adapted to it. But man, when he is able just to play his game
Mhm.
and do what he did the first 2 seasons at Wisconsin, a whole new level of point guard.
I agree.
Whole different level.
Chucky
of
Hepburn,
point
you
guard.
are
I
Duke Blue
I
Devil.
think when it comes out, you're
Is
gonna
that
be
right.
What would you say?
I think when it comes out, you're gonna be absolutely surprised at where the possibility is, and if he does choose this location, you're gonna be like, what?
Damn, I didn't know Chucky was going to go to Syracuse. That's crazy.
It's gonna be a what?
Thanks for moving around, by the way.
How about
You're
this? How about this? So we're getting some text on the text line. Interesting. Byron the Hog Farmer says we have 2 point guards. We're good. And Fiddler wasn't starting here. So there's that.
I feel like
Downtown Scott says, I do not regret the boos. If you didn't boo, you should regret that choice. I would say this. Okay.
Well, that Chucky situation, Nick, was very difficult because
It was.
Fred had just came in.
Yeah.
And
people,
there
multiple guys kind of got lost.
It was like, it just kind of got lost. And Fred just getting in to get his feet wet, they didn't really engage him until kind of a little bit late. And by that time, he's already kind of made his move.
They didn't really go freshman that first year when Fred first got here. They went transfer portal.
That's what I'm saying. So it was just a weird, it really wasn't a Chucky situation. So I think we should get off of that for him because it just so happened to be a weird transition in timing that kind of threw that situation off.
You know for a fact, Tim Miles was heavily involved with Chucky and Hunter Salas, right? Those are the 2 that people are looking at like in the last 5-6 years. They're like, man, how did Nebraska miss?
Because Tim
Miles was heavily involved.
Yeah.
So it just kind of guys got lost in the transition period, I suppose.
Never forget Donovan Williams either.
Donovan Williams, yeah, that's right.
He was at Pacific, and I think
in
he's
the transfer
transferring
portal.
again.
He was at Oklahoma State for a while.
Then Pacific. Well, because it was between Kansas State and Oklahoma State.
He got hurt at Oklahoma State. It
Mhm.
didn't go the way he wanted. He went to Pacific.
Ended up going
now
Pacific.
he's in the portal again.
Yep, entered the portal again. He posted something of like in a Husker uniform, and he was just like question mark. And
because wasn't he like committed for a bit?
He
and
committed.
then
He committed to Tim Miles,
and then Miles got fired. Yeah.
He was still committed at the early stages of Fred, but then like just a weekend or so before signing day, he backed off and visited Oklahoma State and Kansas State, and then ultimately chose the Pokes.
So Salas and Chucky would have been Fred's second year, right? Second recruiting class, because Donovan was the first. They were a year younger. Than
Yes, it was that year, that next coming year,
and that one
so they had a full cycle together.
But that one was also bad because they ended up losing a whole bunch of people and went portal again. Like those first 2 years were just straight like JUCOs and portals. Because it was like we don't have the time to build these freshmen up. We're trying to get older guys to start going right away.
It's going to be interesting.
Well, again, that was Fred's. That was his mojo.
That was his style.
That was his style.
His philosophy behind it. Yeah,
unfortunate.
I
It was
wonder.
unfortunate.
I mean, there's a real scenario here, and this is not to be a Debbie Downer, where like Nebraska doesn't get, in this case now, Chucky, Fiddler, William Kyle. If I think Hunter Salas gets drafted, so I don't think that's a conversation.
It's not good. I don't think it's first round.
I don't think it's first round either. But
he keeps his name in the
Yeah,
I think he stays.
I think he stays
if
in the
I'm
draft.
him, I go to. Go
yeah.
develop. Go play the G. Develop.
Yeah, especially coming off of a first team all ACC type of season.
He's ready.
You have to. I mean,
Yeah.
all right, let's take a break. When we come back, On the Block is going to be coming up. What's you guys got coming on today?
We will obviously talk transfers. We'll go through a little bit more about Chucky Hepburn, but also the landing spots for some Nebraska departures.
Yeah.
Where did they get to? We'll talk through those. Got the shootout with Strick.
Yeah.
So Buffalo Wings and Rings, thanks to them for sponsoring that. And then Stricky and I haven't gone through the Super League divisions. We want to talk about that. And then Texas and Oklahoma want to play 9-game conference schedules. Are they strong enough to make that happen in the SEC or not?
All right. There you go, folks. Once again, thanks to head coach Rocky Russo. Thanks to Dave Mlnarik, the president of the Nebraska Sports Council, for stopping on by today. Good stuff. Quick show. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll talk to you then on 93.7 The Ticket.
Adios.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Hello. Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners